Hi everybody, I'm Oliver Rodriguez. I'm a senior in mechanical engineering at Oregon State, and today we will be discussing Tennessee and Oregon's concussion protocol. So I'll begin by talking about the history of the laws and when they were actually passed. Oregon came before Tennessee and had laws passed in 2009, which are known as the Max laws. These primarily focus on high school students and didn't really account for non-school programs or youth athletes. It wasn't until 2013 that we patched the Jenna's laws that accounted more for youth and you know, programs that weren't associated with schools. Tennessee actually passed their first laws in April of 2013, and when they passed their laws, it seemed like they were a little bit more established than Oregon's first laws. We will be going over that next, actually. So we will begin by talking about OSAA's concussion protocol. There are three sections, or there are two sections within this protocol, and one is for the member school's responsibility, and the other is for the official's responsibility. It is broken down into three subsections under the member school responsibilities. These are suspected or diagnosed concussion, return to participation, and private schools only. I believe the private schools only is a little off, a little weird. But going into it, uh, if a coach, assistant coach, or an athletic trainer sees a player experience some signs of a concussion, they must pull them out and evaluate them. It's that subsection right there states that if the athletic trainer evaluates the player and is able to determine that the player is okay, he may return to play that day at that very moment. Um, if the athletic trainer rules them with a concussion, he must go to the doctor and get checked up and see how his concussion's going and must be evaluated. It doesn't say how often. I believe that's up to the actual doctor, but he may not return to practice or to play until he's cleared by the doctor. There's multiple steps to going throughout that. You must, do light exercises, and then after light exercises, you pass that, you move on to heavier, maybe contact sports. Um, Having said that, private schools are a little bit different. On an annual basis, I believe that both the student and the parent must sign a legal document knowing that they are aware of what a concussion is and they are trained. And I believe that's the only main difference between private and public schools from what I was able to find on my research. Officials within the sport actually have the same right to take a player out if they see that they got a blow to the head or a blow to the body that caused them to whiplash, anything that could possibly cause a head injury. They do not, or after they have got the athlete out, that's pretty much where their job ends. They're done and they can go on coach or refing the game. The school, it goes on the school, and what depends on what the school wants to do following that. So I'm going to be grouping Tennessee's concussion protocol and the similarities pretty much together. Um, it's pretty much identical to Oregon's. It could be that Tennessee learned from Oregon's mistake. They were the 44th state to pass laws on concussions. And as I stated earlier in the video, Oregon passed their concussion laws in 2009, although they did do some reiterations to get it right and get it properly done. Um, yeah, I was kind of disappointed about that. I was thinking I was going to find a lot of differences. Differences. I guess I can cover differences in this section as well. The one key difference is that Oregon private schools fall have a little bit different regulations. They pretty much the athlete and the parents have to sign that they know what a concussion is, what symptoms are, what's associated with it, and that's not actually directly correlated to public schools in Oregon. Um, well, at least I wasn't able to find anything about that in the public schools. In Tennessee, it's a little different. all schools fall under that rule. All schools require parents to sign uh, on behalf of their younger than 18 student that they know what a concussion is, what protocols are, and how to go about things. If you're above 18, you can sign your own waiver form in Tennessee. But that's pretty much the only differences that I've found. It's kind of a bummer. Hey, so for punishments, I wasn't able to find anything in Oregon, and I wasn't able to find anything in Tennessee. I think I obsessed about this section the most, so I just kind of wanted to see what would happen. I would assume that if a coach was able to put a player back in there that has already suffered a concussion, and they kind of all knew about it, that they probably lose their coaching license. As for parents, I don't know if they would get directly, in trouble for that. Like I said, I wish there was more information on what punishments are for not listening to concussion laws as a coach, as an athletic trainer. You could probably lose your license to practice as well. Um, yeah, I wish there was better documentation on that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And if you know where to find any information that I'm missing, I'd also appreciate that too. Thank you.